right. Let's do this. First stream in a while. All right, guys, tonight we're going to do a little bit of one of my favorite modes in Tekken 3, and that's Tekken Force mode. This one's a classic. So it's basically like a beat 'em up that they inserted right into a fighting game. And as a kid, I never beat this frickin' mode. And it's been driving me nuts lately because I've been wanting to finish it for the first time. And I came pretty close. I got to the last stage, which was like Hihashi's stage, but lost at the last second pretty much. And I'm not a good Tekken player by any stretch of the imagination, but I just kind of, I wouldn't say button mash, but I just favor doing like the same moves. So, and kind of just figuring it out as I go along, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good night, and I don't know how good of a stream this is going to be, but I'm going to try my best. What's up, Hologram? How are you doing, sir? Oh, is that why you said ew? I hate Tekken Force because of all the Jack hates. Huh? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the story, man. But I just find this mode fun. I don't really look too far into the story of it. And then I know Tekken 4 has a more expanded version of this mode, which I want to try after this. And then I think Tekken 5 did something entirely different. It's a part where it turns into Tekken Force and you have to beat an army of Jack 8s. What? I want to see this. Well, thanks for mentioning that, Hollow. I think I'm going to write that into my memory to make sure to check that out. Because it sounds funny. I hate when these little enemies start to get cocky and they're doing like crazy moves out of nowhere. Hollow, if you're still here, can I ask you a favor? Does my mic sound okay? And also, is the game volume too low? I need somebody to help me with making sure all my volumes are good. No worries if you left, though. I love that move. The little spin freaking kick. This one. Oh, well, if they would let me do it, that would be great. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you for confirming that for me. And son of a bitch, I already lost. That's good. Then I don't have to tweak anything. So I was thinking about putting music on in the background, but maybe I'll do it for another stream. For now, I kind of wanted to keep it with the Tekken audio because I want to be able to hear when it says chicken. Chicken. Gotta love the narration. This is my favorite move to do. The little bunny hop and then the kick. Awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you, Hollow. Appreciate you being my impromptu producer. I always need somebody from chat to take one for the team and help me out. Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this is the first stream in a while, so maybe I would have to join on my phone to see how I would sound, but sometimes it's just easier to have somebody in chat to clarify everything, so thank you. Give me that freaking chicken now. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people live stream on Instagram, to be honest. Unless I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of people tend to live stream, you know, in the usual platforms like Twitch and YouTube. Where else? TikTok is also pretty popular. But I have, yeah, exactly, TikTok. I think I have like the most grounded community on 2 platforms, on Instagram and Threads. I've had like the best interactions with people on both of those. YouTube is very random. I used to have it where like random people would show up into my streams and it felt good, but now it's like dead. Like nobody on YouTube comes in. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I think people have said that you need to live stream vertically on YouTube, and that helps with engagement. Oh my gosh. Game over. Playing like shit. I don't know. Who the hell knows, right? But that's just what like the social media experts say. But I'm like, I'm well past trying to be like a famous streamer. But what I wouldn't mind doing is making videos for a living. That would be pretty sweet. But being a live streamer for a living, no. That would be pretty tough, man. It would be interesting though if somebody came up to me and was like, hey Alex, I will give you like a livable salary if you'd want to stream for the next 3 years. And I would try it just to see how it would go. But that's the thing, it seems like a very unstable living. That's just kind of what I've gathered. I'm sure you make great money, but man, if you have bad streams or if something changes, who knows? Like, it can all go to shit. So not a whole lot of security in it. But anyway, I'm just freaking rambling. Don't mind me. Sometimes when I'm streaming, I just feel the need to say anything, and I also need to realize that silence is just fine. Especially when I'm not taking streaming so seriously. Oh, I gotcha, Eddie. I'm sorry, man. So usually, for those of you not familiar with this Tekken Force mode, there's 4 stages. At the end of each stage, you have to basically do like a regular Tekken fight in the form of like a boss fight. The first boss, if you will, who I just faced, Eddie, is easiest. And then it just suddenly ramps up super hard at the end of this stage. So you'll see. And it's like predetermined based on which character you choose. So I'm Wanang, and I have to face Eddie every time in the beginning, and then Law every time in the second stage. So it's a little breakdown of this mode. And I found out that if you finish this mode 4 times, you unlock the character Dr. D, which I had no idea. So that's fun. I just realized I'm really not blocking a whole lot, and I should probably do that. Those kicks are so satisfying. Yes. Damn, that was like something out of a John Wick movie. Love it. Alright, so here we go. Here comes Law. Love Law's theme song. Okay, I promise he's way tougher than this. Like 9 times out of 10 I lose the fight, but somehow I just perfected it. I think I got lucky, to be honest. That was fun. Wanang. I never knew how to pronounce this dude's name as a kid. I thought it was Hwarang. I was way off. Wanang. Ooh, that was a good block. I'll give myself a little pat on the back. Ouch. Ouch. Dude. Okay, I'm not liking this. I need chicken. Nope, never mind. Game over. God damn it. Alright, 1 second, fellers. I just have to check one quick thing to make sure that... I need to make sure my YouTube chat right now truly is dead. And that I'm not just missing chats left and right, so... I think it just is dead because I don't live stream a lot, so... Okay. You know what? I'm gonna switch it up a bit. Let's go with Jin Kazama. He's got good punches. And his little spin kick that he does. Jin Kazama. Fight. That's my favorite punch that he does. This little downward punch. It kind of reminds me of one of Ryu's moves from Street Fighter. That's another one that I always mispronounced his name when I was a kid. I used to say Ryu. And it's Ryu, isn't it? That's another punch that I love. That's a good one. Oh wait, I should probably get that chicken before I advance any further. In case you haven't noticed, I do not know Jin's moves, so you're gonna see me doing like the exact same shit over and over again. Ooh, I like that kick. I should have grabbed that chicken, but it's fine. This fight is stupid easy. Oh wait, I forgot it's different because I picked Jin, so I'm up against Paul. So it could still be tough. But... Damn. There we go. That'll do it. Jin Kazama. Fight. How do I do that up and down kick? Really like that one, but... Ooh. Yeah, that one. I just button mashed and I did it. I don't know what I did. Alright, so up and B will do the spin kick. Just doesn't help when you get jabbed. Whoa, that was interesting. Ooh, I like that combo. Never done that one before. Shit. This freaking guy was like dodging everything there. I did not want to take damage before having to advance, but that last chicken was clutch. Hell yeah. I want to go into this fight with full meter. Oh shit, it's Nina! Sweet. I was expecting more of a fight. I'll take it. Alright, it's always this third level, man. The lead up to this third one is a bitch. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. What the fuck is that, bro? Get out of here. Give me a chicken. Oh, I got two of them. Dude, what is that? Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking rage. How did I just get out of that? I just saved my life on that back jump. No! Give me the fucking chicken! Oh my god! Game over. Ah, that was stressful. It's when they first knock me down and they just keep hitting me and I can't get up. It's such a pain. But that was actually a really good run, but I'm gonna go back to one arm.
One arm. Fight.
Oh, I can't reach it. Excuse me. That was a good throw. I like when I get a grab like that and then it hits like somebody close by. Oh, that was a huge whiff. Accidentally picked up a chicken. Yo, what up, Alex? How are you, man? This is bringing back the classic stream of when you watched me play Ninja Gaiden on NES, which I still need to finish. Yes, I've been all over Tekken 3. Probably been seeing my stories. I really need to beat this mode for the first time. So, doing my best here, getting my ass beat, but I'm trying. This is a quest I've had from the time I was little to try to beat this stupid mode. I couldn't believe I got to the very end a few days ago and just died to Hihachi. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm actually surprised that I'm streaming right now because for one thing, I never have time to stream. And for another, sometimes I just overthink streaming. Like, there's nights where I'll want to stream a game and then I'm like, it's too much work, it's too much this, but I'm enjoying this little stream. This is fun. Right? Yeah, Tekken 3 is a really nostalgic game for people. It was just peak PS1, man. I still hold this as one of the best of the series. Yeah, and that really makes me miss demo discs, because that was a throwback, man. I think they had Spyro on a demo disc, and that was one I remember playing. And Medieval, I remember playing Medieval on a PS1 demo disc. They always came bundled with like magazines, or sometimes like my dad would just bring them home. Which, W Dad for doing that, because, you know, that's what I'm gonna want to do for my son. Like, if he's eventually into video games, I want to be like, here, I brought you this. Here's a game. Because even though my dad was not a fan of video games, and not a fan of my brothers and I, like, playing them too much, that was one thing that he was great with, was, you know, hooking us up with random obscure games, and also randomly spoiling us with the consoles that we wanted, you know. Official PlayStation magazine, exactly. That's a throwback, man. But for me, the most nostalgic magazine was Nintendo Power, which I bought from an Instagram seller named FK Retro. Really nice guy. He put up a bunch of Nintendo Power magazines on his store, and I had to buy one because I don't own any, and I used to own a bunch as a kid. And I was posting about this on Threads the other day, but I really miss those like summer days of getting a Nintendo Power in the mail and just like chilling outside on my hammock and playing on my Game Boy Advance SP. It doesn't get more nostalgic than that, man. Yeah, isn't it crazy, dude? Like, my brothers and I were really lucky that we had two super hardworking parents that really spoiled us rotten. And, you know, video games were never cheap. I don't know where people got this notion that, like, video games at one point were super cheap. Because if you look at those, like, Toys R Us catalogs, they have certain Super Nintendo sports games for like $80. And I get that they're brand new, but that's still insane. For those times even, you know. It's wild. So I don't want to hear anybody bitching about, you know, $70 games and all that, because it used to be way worse. So I don't know. That's just my take on that. But
Fight.
anyway, Alex, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, dude. How is your art coming along? How's the acting coming along? Give me an update. I shouldn't be blathering on about my childhood here. Also, I'm sorry if it takes like a good 15 seconds for me to reply to messages on Instagram. There is an extreme stream delay that does not exist on YouTube or Twitch, but it does exist on Instagram, and it's a little annoying, but it might even be longer than 15 seconds. It might even be like 30 seconds. So kind of makes it hard for like real-time engagement, you know. I'll do my best. This is not supposed to be perfect. I'm not a perfect live streamer here. But what it is it's supposed to be fun. That's for sure. If it ain't fun, then don't do it. There's my streaming advice for you. I cannot reach that chicken. It is annoyingly... Wait, I think I can. No. Yes. It is in a really annoying spot on the screen that's making me think I can grab it, but I can't. Alright. We'll see how this goes against Law. Law is unpredictable, man. I just got punished so hard there. I just got so lucky, dude. Look at my meter. I barely have any health. Whew. That was crazy.
One on. Fight.
Now this is the stage that's plaguing me. All these little falcon minions here are like suddenly gods out of nowhere, so I gotta be careful with them. See, look at how much health that took. And that too. These kicks are no joke. Oh god. Someone, please give me some chicken. Yes. Needed that really bad.
Game over.
Shit. I could have done way better there. Alright. That's unfortunate. I am sweating so hard right now. But I don't want to turn on the AC unit in here because then it's going to get loud. Hydration break. Corny World Cup joke.
Jin Kazama. Fight.
In Seattle, a little bit lately. We're like in the 80s, and it can feel hot to us at least. So I used to live in Georgia, and I used to really complain about the heat there, but I feel weird about complaining about like Seattle heat because it's not, obviously not as humid and bad. So yeah, I'm gonna miss the World Cup too. The matches have been really entertaining. Especially the Argentina games have been roller coaster rides. and it seems like 99% of everyone, like other than Argentina, want them out. But we're gonna see if Spain is gonna be able to take them. So who knows? But I love the World Cup, man. I look forward to every single one. It's super nostalgic for me. I grew up watching all of them. Whether Chile was in it or not, I was always committed to watching all the matches. So it's just unfortunate that Chile peaked in 2014 and 2015, around there. And they just have not been the same since. They've been pretty bad. So they need a whole new freaking team, man. That was a sweet spinning kick that took a lot out of him there. But Canada had a good run, man. I was not expecting them to play as good as they did. Just based on like past performance and stuff like that. But I was impressed with them. I think they did good. US, on the other hand, were freaking shit because like Trump cursed them. So, and there was the whole controversy with Balogun. So the way that whole thing unfolded was so bad. But what can you do? I think the U.S. has a long way to go before they're going to be considered contenders in football. I'm not going to say soccer, even though I just said it. Oh, man. I'm assuming you usually root for other countries. Because obviously I support Chile when I can, but because they weren't in it, I was trying to root for like whoever Argentina was playing, and I was rooting for the U.S. team. Like, I like the team. I'm not a fan of the country and its politics, but I love the team. So, oh, dude. The U.S. chants were so bad. How did it go? It was like, we like it, we like it, we love it. Oh no, I can't say it. I can't do it now. I will get like so much embarrassment in even trying to do the chant. It's because the U.S. has no fucking seasoning behind them, man. There's no seasoning. It's just like fucking corny chants. Ugh. That was the one aspect of supporting the U.S. team that I could not stand. It's soccer, not football. That was terrible. Like, how can you even say that with a straight face? Okay, but I'll say this. Personally, I don't care if people call it soccer or football. Like, I'm not going to be that guy. I just tend to say football just to avoid it, like, people that, like, overcorrect others about it. But yeah, I will agree. The U.S. fans saying that and doubling down on that was really cringe. That was bad. Prior to the Belgium game, I really thought the U.S. had a chance to be pretty good. But I will say, though, the Turkey match was bad. They're losing, tying to Turkey, I think? Whatever it was, that was just pathetic. But yeah, man. Like, okay, as a Chilean, we obviously have a bias against Argentina as far as like how good they are and how they've always whooped our ass. But one thing I will say, dude, their chants will give you chills, man. Them, the Scottish fans, the English fans, they all have this incredible aura to them when they chant, that whether you're even a part of their culture or not, it makes you want to fucking just join in and just let loose and chant with them, or hearing like their national anthems. Oh my gosh, the Chilean one would amp me up to no end, bro. In the World Cup of 2014, we had our whole family watching those, and we were screaming that freaking national anthem, man. There was nothing like those vibes. That's also why the World Cup is so nostalgic for me. It's just those family gatherings of you know, suffering together, whether to watch Chile lose or come up with a shocking win was just always so exciting. I could go on and on, clearly, as you can tell, about soccer. It's so fun, dude. I was never any good at playing it, but I loved FIFA, and I loved like playing little pickup games with my family at like barbecues and stuff. But yeah, so that was a big rant about the World Cup. I was in like autopilot playing there. I love when that happens in a live stream, though. It's so much better than me just like staring at the screen with like my freaking back just like, no. I like a good flow of conversation when I stream. That's awesome. That's so great that she was like into it. Yeah, it's nice to see people that like don't follow it suddenly want to follow it, and they kind of pick up on all the excitement, you know. That's another, oh man, that's a crutch of mine, you know. I say that at the end. That's like my period at the end of saying everything. I don't know if I will ever shake that. When I was doing podcast interviews, like, that was one thing I found myself always saying is, you know, at the end of everything. I need like somebody to shock me every time I say, you know, or like some sort of alert on the screen to flash. Or count. It was like when I would do Dark Souls streams and I had a death counter. I would love like a you know counter. That would be great. All right. This should be easy. I don't want to jinx myself here. That was rude, Ed. You could take that kick for being rude. Oh, okay. I just want to freaking beat this mode tonight, and I feel like I can do it.
Fight.
Excuse me. Another hydration break. Also, stop me if I complain too much. That's another thing I do when I live stream and I don't realize it, is I'll just like complain about everything. You never played much of this? Oh man, it's great. It's difficult for me, at least. Probably for the seasoned Tekken player who knows all their combos, it's like a breeze, but for me, I'm just kind of, you know, trucking along with it. But yeah, I was saying earlier in the stream, before you got here, Alex, that Tekken 4 also had a more expanded version of this mode, and Tekken 5 had like its own thing where you play as like a devil version of Jin or something. It wasn't quite like this. Give me my chicken, damn it. Oh no. I knew what the second my foot went above his head, I was in trouble. Ugh. Rough. Right. What are we doing here? I think I'm gonna go back to Jin. But thank you for keeping me company this evening. I was totally expecting a very quiet live stream, so this is fun. I also was this close to falling asleep before the live, so I'm glad I stayed awake. What's the thing you love about Tekken? Every hit feels like an impact. Oh my gosh, yes. The way you just described it is almost like what they would have had behind the case. Like amping up the gameplay, and it's so true. They nailed that with this Tekken. And the music is incredible. It's reminding me of when when my mom would take me out to buy a game, and I would read the back of the game case on the way back home and just be like so excited to play the game. It's the magic of that is just gone now. It sucks, right? There's all this emphasis on digital only, you know, and it's taking away all of those awesome moments. Yeah, exactly. That's one of Huanang's grabs. I haven't played I don't think any Tekken games after 5, but they all look so good. And I can only imagine they've only just continued to improve on the formula, you know. Yeah. Yeah, they did a great job of just capturing the sound of that time, you know. Like Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag Tournament have this very, obviously early 2000s sound to it. The very synthy and drum and bassy, and I love that kind of stuff. I miss that sound from that era. There's nothing like those PS2 obscure soundtracks that really do capture that era. So I sound like a freaking like 90s kid snob, but I just loved my childhood, man. I really did. I loved experiencing all of these games for the first time, and there was nothing like it, dude. Physical games during those times was great. I just wish I had kept them all. I wish I had kept them all and taken good care of the boxes and everything. That was one thing I just didn't care about. So yeah, man, you're doing a great job of pointing out like the simple things, you know, the simple but also amazing things that really made this game unique. So oh, that hurt. I wish I knew like the inspirations behind all of these characters, because they nailed these characters, man. They just felt so obviously original, but just so cool too. I think the one inspiration you could think of right off the bat without looking it up, obviously, is Forrest Law is based on Bruce Lee. That was always the most obvious inspiration. But then everyone else, I can't really think of like who they would have, like where did they get Eddie from? You know, I would love to know who Eddie was, you know. Seems like such a cool guy. But yeah, I don't know what they were doing, smoking, drinking, or just having some euphoric creativity to come up with these freaking characters and make them seem so fucking cool, you know? Yeah, I always gravitated to Wanung because I loved the fact that he was a kickboxer and he had these, you know, obviously really cool kicking moves. And then Eddie's fighting style with capoeira awesome. You know, that got everyone into Tekken and really made people fall in love with that character. It makes me think of that one Dane Cook bit where he alluded to Eddie's helicopter move. So that's just a testament to how cool of a character Eddie was and how cool his fighting style was. And then Paul is like the freaking just brutish American dude that I don't even know, can you classify him having any sort of fighting style? Like, he would just be like a fucking, I guess, like a MMA fighter or something. I don't know. How could you expand on Nina being such a like important figure with gay people? Because I know Nina had her own like standalone game. She had they made a game called Death by Degrees. Which I remember renting that game. Okay. Yeah, and Nina definitely comes off as very strong. Very, like, tough type of woman, you know? So that's cool. I didn't know she like resonated so much in that community. I like Nina's theme, too. Her theme music is great. I mean, whose theme music is bad in this game, right? Like, they're all freaking amazing. Ah, okay. Yeah, Melina, Cammy. All strong female characters. And that was something that was rare during the time when I was growing up. God, that makes me sound old. But there wasn't really a big emphasis on strong female characters in games. The norm was always making the males seem like the tough and strong ones. But then I interviewed Chris Taylor, who was the developer of Dungeon Siege, which I don't know if you're familiar with that game, but the cover of that game has a very strong female lead character. So, you're 37. Okay, I'm 35. But I'll say this: I don't feel old, but when I say certain things, it makes me seem super old. That if someone who's like in their early 20s joined and heard that, they would have been like, "You're ancient, bro." But yeah, didn't mean to imply anything. So Tekken sound, yeah, exactly. Tekken sound just needs to be its own genre, and it pretty much is. If you look up any YouTube mix, it's a lot of Tekken. But yeah, it was cool when I would see female characters that seemed really strong, and because you just didn't really see it a whole lot during that time. That's what I liked about the new Mortal Kombat movie. And I don't want to dish out spoilers, but I will say I think Katana was the main focal point in that movie, and she did great, the actress that played her. So yeah, that is true. Like in the Alien movies, there was some really tough female actresses. There was the one who, I'm forgetting her name, but I think she was Spanish, and she was like a total freaking badass. She had like really short hair, and was doing like pull-ups with freaking like one hand or some shit. I think it was like Alien 3 or something. But yeah. And then a Terminator 2. So yeah, I mean, it was there. It was there. It's not like it was super rare. So yes, Vasquez on Aliens. Thank you. Thank you. That cleared it up right there. I didn't play too much MK11, so I can't think back to its story at all. But yeah, that was just one takeaway I had with the new MK. I just think they did a great job with Katana. Yeah. Well, hey, man, we grew up with some freaking kick-ass movies that were just in their peak of originality, so... She played John Connor's foster mom. Wow, look at that. So there's a connection between the two movies there. Or between the two franchises. That's awesome. It makes me wish that I had seen more of those movies like in theaters. I don't know if I did see Terminator 2 in theaters, but my oldest brother was like a movie junkie. He watched a bunch of movies in theaters and on HBO and stuff when we were growing up. Yes, I did see that Terminator 2 is making a comeback in theaters. That's awesome. She also played a mom on Titanic. Wow. Look at that. That's funny. The James Cameron universe, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so close. And if you don't mind me asking, man, how are you feeling right now about acting? Because I did see one of your stories where you said like you were feeling like a little uneasy about it. You don't have to answer that, by the way. It was just something that came to mind as we're talking, but never seen Terminator 2 in theaters. So, oh my gosh, could you imagine seeing that movie in theaters? That's where like it was normal for people to have like amazing theater reactions to things. I'm actually planning on seeing the new Resident Evil movie in October, the one that Zach Kreger is doing. I'm really excited for that one. Dude, that's so fun that you just get to do lines from like a movie like Social Network in class. God, that would just totally make me want to sign up for an acting class just to be able to like say some lines from like old movies and stuff. But I'm glad that feeling is gone now, so that's good. Because it's not easy. Even if you have to memorize a few lines, you're in the moment and on the spot. And hell, that would make me want to freaking blank out and forget something too. So I totally get that. That's awesome, man. What a memory. Terminator 2 on VHS.
Fight.
I miss how VHS tapes came too. They came in like that little slip cover. And like some of them were like different colors too. Like some of the Nickelodeon VHS tapes were like orange and shit. I thought that was so cool. I feel like I had some of the episodes of the original Pokemon show on VHS. Oh yes, Jurassic Park. I think I remember seeing that in theaters. I saw Star Wars Episode 1 in theaters, and that was pretty fun. Because they even had like a pod racing arcade in the theater that we went to, and that was like a nice little precursor to watching the movie, you know. I just got my ass handed to me there. Oh my gosh. I swear, I have never sweat so much. And from not moving, just sitting here. There was nothing like seeing that Darth Maul fight in frickin' theaters, bro. Holy shit, that was hype. I mean, the movie was long as shit, but... okay, that was cool. Yeah, the episode 1 cups. The way they did movie promotions, like fast food movie promotions during that time, was so good. I remember that Will Smith movie, Wild West. Was that what it was called? They had, like, Burger King had, like, their own burgers for it and, like, toys. God, that brings me back. Oh, dude. The chills of seeing how Darth Maul entered and, like, oh my god. And then he just does the freaking both of his lightsabers coming on. Insane. Yes, Wild West merch, dude. I remember the little toys that came with, like, the fucking BK, not Happy Meals, but you know what I mean, whatever the fuck BK's meals were. And my brother used to tease me because they came out with, like, a black stack burger and, like, all these, like, promotional burgers that were awful, but I would fall for them every time. I would have to try them. They had this one stupid one called Shake 'em Up Fries, where they had fries in a bag with, like, this disgusting powdered cheese, and you would just obviously shake them up. It was fucking gross, dude. But I fell for the marketing. Like, the way that they did the commercials for all of it just made you want to try all of this gross-ass food. I think there was one good promotional burger, though, and it was, like, a bullseye burger or some shit, and that was really good. Because it was, like, it had onion rings and barbecue sauce in it, and it was freaking fire. But anyways, how did we get on this topic of all things? I'm loving this, by the way. If I had this for every live stream, I would want to live stream every night. We had that at McDonald's just last year. It was like it was Shania Twain all dressed. Oh my gosh, no way. Dude, okay, I have very strong feelings about Shania Twain, and it's because of my daughter. So my daughter's a toddler. She's like 2, and we have this, like, record player that also doubles as, like, a CD player in our kitchen. Every time we go into the kitchen, she has to run over there, put on the Shania Twain CD, and the same songs play every time, obviously. But it's before, like, her hits, so it was like one of her first CDs. So you have no idea how much suffering we've had to endure hearing early Shania Twain all the time because of my daughter. But that, anyways, I got sidetracked there. That's a freaking funny promotion. I didn't even think Shania Twain would have, like, a McDonald's promotion now. Like, I didn't even know she's still, like, relevant now. Or last year, or whenever you said you had it. She's you when you're 6, yeah? Oh, yeah, no. My she is something else, man. She's crazy. In a good way. It's good crazy. She's just as weird as I was when I was little. I'm gonna lock in for this fight right now. Hell yeah. Alright, we're one hit. Beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. It's been a really fun little journey having kids, man. It's definitely, I'm not gonna be one of those people where I'm like judge people for not having them or anything like that, because it's such a unique experience. But I'm definitely not gonna get into a rant about all that, but I have been enjoying it. So I've been all over the place, dude. I started playing Exit the Gungeon. I don't know if you're familiar with those indie games, Enter and Exit the Gungeon, but I've been playing that on Switch. Trying to think what else. I've been wanting to play Code Veronica because of the remake. My backlog is just insane, man. There's so many games I want to be able to play and finish. I've been really into Flash games, like the browser games from like the early 2000s. I've been making a ton of videos about them. I took a month break of doing those videos, but I want to get back to doing those. But yeah, nothing has really been catching me, or that I've had time for. So I don't know about you, but yeah, that's been the latest for me as far as what I've been playing. Oh, and my wife and I have been playing Brain Age on DS, of all things. We've really been enjoying doing our daily, like, little brain activities there, like doing the math and everything. I don't know if you've played Brain Age, but that one's a throwback for me. But unfortunately, the DS that I picked up recently from like a free Facebook group has like a white border around the LCD screens. And I read that that's just a thing, that the LCD screens just crap out after a while. So I have to find a freaking new DS now. Oh yeah, the new Star Fox brought you back. Moonlight Peaks is something I want to try and play. Huh. I don't know if I've heard of that one. I would have to look into that. One game I'm excited for on Switch 2 is Dusk Bloods, the one that's supposed to be the Bloodborne spiritual successor. I think that one I might shell out money for day one. And I haven't played much of Tomodachi Life, but I think that one's been popular with people, so... And then the Star Fox on Switch is just beautiful looking. I'm just not a fan of the voice acting, though, man. I just really think it just comes off kind of lifeless compared to what we experienced as kids playing Star Fox 64, but that's just my take on that. August is the network test for Dusk Bloods? I had no idea. Wow. That's exciting. I would love to be able to get in on that. Wait, you're friends with some of the voice actors for Star Fox or for Dusk Bloods? I'm really sorry, dude. If it's Star Fox, I feel really bad for saying that. And really, in my heart of hearts, I don't mean it in a malicious way. I really don't. It's just when you compare the two, it's just really hard. So I think those actors probably have just really tough shoes to fill. So Yeah. Nah, I feel ya. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. Like, for those people having to do those voices, like, how do you even, man? How do you even come close to the magic of those original voice actors? Because even the Japanese voice actors did the voices like the Rentals do. It was just like, they put just so much emotion into them, you know? Oh, I didn't know that they didn't, I guess they didn't bring back all like the old sound effects. Huh. When you lose wings and it's critical. Yeah. That's rough. See, that's what was concerning me about when I had indecision over buying it. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have those moments where I'm like, I miss this thing from Star Fox 64. So I get that. Man, I've been in autopilot and I'm actually doing well, so we could keep this momentum going. The one thing I noticed about the new Star Fox is the water looks incredible, and I don't know what it is with games nowadays, but it seems like they just dump all of their budget into the water of games. Like, there's something about it. I feel like I first started noticing it for like one of the Skyrim remasters. Oh yeah, I know. I love picking this costume. It just makes him look so like official. I really needed that. I gotta stop creeping on the edge of the screen there because they just kick my ass. Oh yeah, I'm sure GameCube had its fair share of really nice looking water. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of some examples though. Maybe Wave Race Blue Storm for GameCube had nice water? Like which games did? Or Sunshine, Super Mario Sunshine had nice water. I feel like we're tapping into like a YouTuber's top 10 best video game water. Yeah, you are right. You're bringing me back to the GameCube era now. There was some really nice water there. That I feel like Donkey from Shrek. That's some nice water. Or Bobby Boucher from Waterboy. That's some high quality H2O. Bobby Boucher. 2000. Oh yeah. Now we're getting really cliche. 2000s and the beaches, like Sonic Adventure. That's like every other video game post on Instagram is about beaches, and Final Fantasy X is a good example. B-Sade. What is that one freaking soundtrack that I love from that freaking game? It's B-Sade, I think is how you pronounce it. B-Sade Island. It's a beautiful freaking song. I'm not big into Final Fantasy though. And not that I think they're bad, I just never played any of the games. And I know that they're freaking all incredible. Sonic Adventure's music was freaking next level, dude. Like, the music of the Mystic Ruins, incredible. When I would wait for that freaking train station to come by, I would just sit and vibe to that, whatever that freaking theme was of the Mystic Ruins. That, if someone were to ask me what my most nostalgic console of all time is, it would have to be the Dreamcast. Because, man, that freaking console was so fucking cool. Everything about it was so cool. The startup sound, the games like Sonic Adventure, Blue Stinger, they all had this really charming vibe to them. That was an era that I was so happy to be a part of. And of course, there was the obvious like N64, Super Nintendo, GameCube. All those eras were great, man. Yeah, they had some great console exclusives, man. They had that one weird game called Seaman, where it came with a microphone and you talk to this weird looking fucking fish. That was really weird, man. There was a lot of obscure games on Dreamcast that are worth a ton of money now. Like there's one called like The Ring Terror's Realm, which is like based in the same franchise as the actual movie The Ring. Oh yeah, Code Veronica on Dreamcast was great. Bring back Seaman. That's gonna be our campaign, dude. We should start the hashtag Bring Back Seaman. I would stream that game. I'm just telling you right now. I would stream it just to see how weird it is.
Chicken.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, look it up. It's called The Ring Terror's Realm. I had the game in my collection, but I sold it. I sold it for like 80 or 90 bucks. God, Law just fucked me up, dude. And the voice acting in it is horrendous. If you look up the cutscenes of The Ring Terror's Realm, you'll have a good laugh because they're really bad. But that's what I loved about that freaking Dreamcast era was the horrible, horrible voice acting and how freaking, like, funny it was. Oh, dude, you have no idea. If I were to tell you the games I've sold, you'd probably want to leave this stream. So 2 years ago, I stumbled upon a Facebook Marketplace post that said 31 Dreamcast games in the console for $70. I did not hesitate. I immediately drove to this guy's place. Thankfully, it was only one town over. Somehow, I was able to get there before anyone else did. He came out with a bin filled with these Dreamcast games. One of them was a rental copy variant of Power Stone that I ended up getting graded, and I sold it for $500 on eBay. And that was just one of the games that I got from that bin. Do you remember the Dreamcast where Sonic's a DJ? Yeah, and they have also like NBA 2K players jamming with him. I do remember that commercial. I think I've like posted about it once, but yeah, the Dreamcast had phenomenal commercials. They had a great marketing. Power Stone 1 and 2, oh my god. I was so glad that they released it in that Capcom fighting collection. I bought that immediately and then played Power Stone online for like 2 days straight and was just having like a nostalgic freaking session, man. Power Stone was so fun. It was just such a fun game to bullshit with your friends with, you know? Like before Smash was really like the main thing. Power Stone for me was like my version of Smash. Oh my god, dude, this is the most amount of talking I've done in so long. You get me talking about freaking games, I will never shut up. I will go on and on and on and on. But yes, I have sold some games that I wish I didn't sell, but I kind of got roped into a crazy hobby of buying and selling games over the last couple of years. I ended up getting Mario 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day, all complete in box, but I sold it all because I feel like it was just collecting dust on my shelf. It was really cool to look at and have for like a week, but then I'm like, what am I doing? This is like $300 some odd. But anyone that collects video games is probably going to shake their head at me, but I still have a great video game collection right now. But yeah, poor Sakurai is going to be working till he dies. I know, that poor guy, man. He probably is such a workaholic. I feel bad for his wife. And now, and now physical, and that's why I ended up buying a couple PS2 games and a Nintendo Power Mag off that guy FK Retro, because I kind of want to get back into collecting again. After going through a huge period of selling a lot of my collection. So, and yeah, I think another Smash is coming soon. There's definitely been a lot of rumors, but that would really break the internet if they dropped that in a Nintendo Direct. I just wonder how they're going to be able to improve on that formula, though. Because to me, Smash Ultimate is in the name. It's Ultimate. Like, I just don't see how they can get do something better. Unless if they do another one of those like adventure modes like they did in Smash Brawl. I think it was called like the Subspace Emissary. They could do something like that, I think. Oh my god, dude. The hype of the character announcements, like when they announced Banjo-Kazooie, seeing the clips of that in Nintendo New York was so fucking cool. People just lost it, man. So cool. And Sora, when Sora got announced, that was big. And then there were guys that I was not expecting would ever even be a character, like Steve from Minecraft. But yeah, Smash just has such a huge following, and I mean, even in its competitive scene alone is crazy. So, but I will be interested to see if Sakurai is going to keep that one alive. Man, I really wish I knew Japanese, because I would be dishing out podcast invitations to all these guys. Like Miyazaki and just these incredible minds that have come up with such cool games. It really is. Yeah, you nailed it. It's the Olympics of video game characters. And it's just done so well. And the way that they have to balance all of those characters just to make sure that, like, nobody's too broken, you know. I'm sure they still are. That's just like the nature of fighting games, but yeah. That's got to be so hard to do for fighting game developers, is when they introduce new characters, having to balance them. It makes me think of like those like collectible card game video games like Hearthstone, and whenever they introduce new cards, they have to like make sure that they're not broken, you know, or then they have to like, you know, just make sure that they're fair, pretty much. Oh yeah, that's got to be huge. Like for even for like the Street Fighter characters that have made their way into Smash, like that must have been an honor. It's funny, I don't think we'll ever get a Mortal Kombat character in Smash though, because it's a family game. Or like you're not gonna see Kratos in Smash or like anything like that. It would have been cool if like Scorpion or Sub-Zero made their way in there, but I don't even think they would not fit in. It would just be so weird. So never say never. That's a good point. Yeah. Oh man.
Fight.
And I mean, Sakurai is so good that he would find a way to make their aesthetic fit, you know. Oh, Sub-Zero as his Echo. Yes, that would be so cool. Oh, dude, I would geek out so hard for, like, the reveal of that. Oh, dude, yeah, that is a good point. Bayonetta. If Bayonetta is in it, then why can't Scorpion or Sub-Zero be in Smash? Bayonetta is, like, super freaking M for mature type of a character, so it's a very good point. A lot of people wished that Geno from Mario RPG made his way into being a character. He's not a character though, right? I don't think he is. Dude, if Conker was a character, could you imagine how good the reveal would be for Conker? Just him sipping on some milk and then whipping out a chainsaw? Oh my god. I would have to get back into Smash just for Conquer. You have no idea how much I love that game. Even though I know earlier I talked about selling it, but man, I mean, I was obsessed with that game as a kid. I played it at way too young of an age, which I'm sure a lot of people did. But my mom got fooled, man. She thought it was just a sweet little cute squirrel game, and it turned out to be a freaking R-rated fuckfest, man, of all kinds of shit. Sadly, Geno's expensive because Square. Okay. Yeah, but I was gonna say they have. But they have Sora. Yeah, like you're saying, they have Cloud, Sephiroth. They have all these guys. So why not? Why not Geno? Geno. He was such a cool character. That's another game I need to finish is Mario RPG. I made like some serious progress when I was flying to Australia last October. I played the shit out of it on the plane. Yeah, I think the GameStop employees tried to tell my mom that it was like something way worse, but she still was just like, how bad could it be? And there it has a sunflower with bouncing titties, and there's fucking blood and guts and all kinds of shit. The movie references I didn't even get because I didn't watch The Matrix before I played that game. And then I was like, oh, what is this that they're referencing? And then I watched The Matrix and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest shit ever. God, what an amazing first time watch that was, watching Matrix. Dude, she was the fucking MVP for you, man. My cousins and an uncle of mine were the ones that got me into Resident Evil. They played the first one for PS1. You know, with the one with the fucking duty basement theme with the trumpets. The one that has been overly meme-ified like crazy. And also the one with the fucking cover that looks like it could have been AI generated. It had like spiders on it and the dude with his face like that, and that was a acid trip of a fucking video game cover. RE3 was the first I saw. Oh wow, that was your introduction. Yeah, dude, I was terrified. I was like ready to cry as a kid, like seeing the zombies and hearing them. And it's funny because we look back now and we see that the graphics are so primitive, but to us, that shit, there was nothing better than that at that time. So for us, that shit felt so real. But yeah, those Resident Evil games, man, they were scary. They had some really all-time great jump scares. Like the dogs in the hallway, I'll never forget that one. That one gets alluded to all the time. And that's why I also love the Resident Evil remake from 2001, 2002, the one for GameCube. That one really solidified my love for Resident Evil because of how great the vibes of the mansion were. The pre-rendered graphics and the background were beautiful. That really is like, if people ask me like my top 3 Resident Evils, it's definitely top 3 for me. Yeah, then it just became a horror game renaissance, like you're saying, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame. I rented Fatal Frame once, and that was the extent of what I played, because on the cover it said based on true events, and I fell for that one. I was like, oh shit, I really gotta check this out. Yes, the pre-rendered graphics were insane, especially for the GameCube, because like, I feel like the Xbox and PS2 were, in certain games, were outclassing the GameCube graphically, but that game just made you feel like, damn, this feels like something way more than GameCube. There's one moment that I love to allude to from RE Remake, and it's very early in the game when you're in the dining hall with Barry, and it's after you have that famous encounter with the hallway zombie who does the head turn, right? It's when that zombie follows you into the dining hall. Barry shoots him dead. And then when you both go to leave the dining hall, suddenly you hear the zombie make a guttural noise. It runs and fucking runs out the door, and you hear the door slam. Dude, that is scarier than any of the fucking jump scares in that game. That was brilliant, man, because when I played that shit, it was so late at night, rainy type of night, and when that moment happened, I just sat there and was like, dude, what the fuck was that? Anyways, I'm sorry, that was a long rant, but that's like one of my favorite moments from that game. It is just so fun. I just thought that was such a nice touch. Yo, David, how are you, man? Dude, thanks for joining. How are you? And you're not seeing it, but I'm also chatting with people on Instagram, so I have 2 chat boxes open. I refuse to go back to RE1 because of the Crimson Head zombies. Oh my god, dude, the way those zombies would fucking run at you was so terrifying. Bro, Connect Zero, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, my man. So great to see you. I was like, yeah, I've never played this before. And then, yes, the Crimson Heads were fucking terrifying in Resident Evil. Especially in one hallway that had a bunch of mirrors. And the way they would run at you was terrifying, man. Yeah, I've been utilizing live streams on IG a bit more, Dave, but whichever platform you prefer, whatever's easier. But yeah, so Resident Evil Remake, always gonna be in my top 3, and I am hearing rumors that they are remaking that. They're remaking the remake, which I will not complain about. I will play it. That will be a day 1 purchase for me, just because I have so much love for that game. So, anyways, guys, for those of you just joining, you are walking into a deep discussion on games, man. Alex and I have been having a great chat this whole time, just talking about all kinds of fun stuff. So appreciate you guys joining me so late in the evening. For me, it is officially midnight. I told myself I was going to stay up till midnight maximum tonight, but you know what? I got some second wind dad energy, and here I am trying to beat Tekken Force Mode in autopilot because I'm obsessively talking about my love for video games. Which will always have me in autopilot no matter what I'm playing. So I will not shut up, which is great for a live stream. So it's 2 a.m. for you. There we go, man. I'm keeping you up, but this has been so much fun. These are the live streams that I will always look forward to, where I just get lost in talking about my love for games, man. There is no better conversation to have. So, I love it. Oh, man. I really, really need to get back to making videos again. I took a month-long break from not doing any of my little browser flash game videos that I love making, and there's so many of them to make. I keep getting suggestions for ones that I should cover. So, but it's tough, guys. It's tough when you have a full-time job, You're devoted to your family, your children. So you should play Resident Evil on stream when it. Oh, I would love to. I would love to. I would love to pick a nice rainy evening to play Resident Evil, man. Oh, are you saying like PS1 Resident Evil? Because I would totally play that. I would probably crack up laughing from the voice acting. The fucking voice acting in that is incredible. Get away from that door. What a monster. What is this place? Like, dude, that voice acting was just unreal. It was so good. So bad it was good. Oh yeah, it's the basement level. You get to the freaking basement section and it has the freaking trumpety duty music. Oh my gosh, amazing. What a video game. What an all-timer. What am I doing throwing punches is what I gotta hit him with the kicks, man. What is it? Blah. Damn, man. I wish I could interview those voice actors and just go through all of their lines and ask them what their favorite ones were. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Oh, so classic. You're making me think of all the voice lines now from that freaking game. They were so funny. Yeah, dude, those opening FMVs were crazy. Like, the Japanese versions were way more graphic, I think. They cut out a lot of stuff in the US version. The one thing I loved about those old Resident Evils were the descriptions of things, like when you would go up to paintings and then like interact and you'd see what they say. Excuse me, I just had to burp. There was one painting that always scared me as a kid when I played it, and it said, "It looks like the painting can come to life at any moment." And I'm like, dude, how are they gonna play with my head like this? It was shit like that I was like, oh my god. The mind games from the old Resident Evil that they played were just so good. I loved it. Oh my gosh, if I survive this fight. No, please don't punish me. Oh no. I got greedy. I went for a grab. That was stupid. All right. I'm down for one more playthrough of this, and then I gotta go to bed. This has been so fun, though. I've been absolutely loving this stream. The endings pulled the heart out and gave you an yes, that is very true. Yeah, I felt the endings were nice. Yeah, just a complete flip in genres, basically. Yeah, I feel you on that. Boom. I gotta start doing my little bunny tactic. There, that was your favorite grab right there, Alex. The way that he freaking, like, does, like, a matrixy run-up and kicks him. Two for one there. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited for Resident Evil, man, for that movie. I think it's gonna be a fun experience. It seems like it's gonna be more on like the action-y side of things, but we'll see. As soon as there was a self-destruct portion, it was like, okay, yes. And any time where they had like a time limit, like with Resident Evil 0 with the train, they had like a timer that would go down. I love when they do that shit in video games because it really requires you to lock in. But then it also would like scramble my brain and I'd be like, oh my god, where the fuck do I have to go? What items do I need? Especially in Resident Evil 0, that was a pain in the ass when they did that. Because then I remember having to like go to the other side of the train to find like one fucking key or something that I like forgot to get. Yeah. And I guess the first Mila Jovovich Resident Evil was like arguably the closest that we got to the games because they showed the mansion, they showed the dogs. There were like aspects of the game there, but I think that this Zach Kreger one is going to be way more faithful to the games, but like people watching the trailer and seeing like that like overweight dude just sitting there, that like weird looking guy, like kind of turned off people. Like they're afraid like, oh, it's just gonna be random monsters and it's not gonna be Resident Evil. But people forget that is Resident Evil, like was like weird creepy monsters, you know. So I think he's gonna do a good job, man. He knows what he's doing. He's played the games. And it's not easy to make video game movies, you know? You can't have it exactly one-to-one like the fucking game, otherwise it's gonna be weird. You gotta kind of, you know, play around with it a bit. So. But yes, it's not gonna be a main character. It's gonna just be a guy who's kind of going through the outbreak in Raccoon City, which I think is a perfectly fine way to do the movie. Because then you can introduce main characters later. You can have Leon come through later or whatever. You don't have to throw all your eggs in one basket immediately in the first movie. I think he's playing his cards smart by doing it this way. As soon as she did the Matrix kick, you're like, what are we doing here? What kind of movie did this turn into? So, no, I'm with you on that, man. Those movies took me out of the whole experience of Resident Evil. And then they really have tried to make it faithful to the game, like when they made that one movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. And there, it seemed like they tried a little too hard. Like, it was just, like, cringy. I am one touch away. Oh... Just get me to the chicken, please. I'm so fucked. Oh my god, no, I'm not. Oh my god. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, well. It was worth a shot. God damn it. Alright. Damn, dude. This was an all-timer. This was a lot of fucking fun. Thank you so much, man. You really made this an awesome stream. So glad you joined. And if I could have more streams like this, I would be streaming every freaking night. But I will try. I really will do my best to try to live stream more. But we'll see. You know, I'm expecting my second child on the way in October. So I know my life will be so crazy then, but I can definitely figure out some fun streaming nights from now until then. So, oh god, a streaming schedule, that would make me so freaking anxious, because then I feel like I'd have to commit to it, and then if I'm late I feel bad. But I understand what you're saying, because then it just makes it easier for you guys to tune in. But I'll try. I'll see if there's some time that could work. I think 9 p.m. Pacific time to 10 p.m. Pacific I can do, because then the daughter's asleep, everyone's good, and I can devote 1 hour to live streaming. So if there is a streaming schedule, that will be the time. Yeah, and I think I can do once a week. So I'll put out a post if I want to commit to, like, say every Saturday night from 9 to 10 or some shit like that. Because that I feel like I can pull that off. So, but anyways, thank you so much, dude. And not only to you, Alex, but to anyone else that popped in and said hi. Connect Zero, Dave, thank you for stopping in, and I will see you guys around. And appreciate it, man. Thank you. And again, I'm not trying to be like a famous live streamer. It's more so for me to just have more cool interactions and conversations like these. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna get some sleep. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you have a great week, man. Hope all your stuff, your art, your acting, hoping the best for you and all that. And yeah, dude. So I'm out of here. Take care. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.